Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. The kicker, Tyler Bass, has us ready to start. And off we go from Buffalo. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclones, David Montgomery. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Now Gibbs. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Matt Milano there to stop him. Third and 6. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Here's Gibbs. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your...
That one intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And this will be a Lions first down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
He's going to force his way for a yard or two, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. That's on the outstanding tackle, Penei Sewell. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. A run here with Gibbs. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. Here's a designed run.
And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, we're able to stop him short of the first down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. The Lions call their first timeout. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down. Back to throw. That's taken in, and he's going to have that first down. They didn't want to settle for 3, and now it's first and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's Gibbs. He slams it in there, and he is in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. His 6th touchdown now for the season. No problem there on the extra point. And the Lions will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. First and 10. Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
From the gun, it's Allen. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dre Greenlaw.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
A handoff, Gibbs running left. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Second and 7. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Oh, no, back over the middle. It's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. From the gun, Josh Allen. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to be 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. That's not going to work out as planned. This is going to be down on this side of midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They hand it to Gibbs. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He'll drop to throw. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Gibbs, left side. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. That his 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. The extra point is up and through. And the Lions will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Once again, it's Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Now a 3rd and 2. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Allen going to give it to Cook. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Now he takes off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Allen will throw. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
And he'll be taken down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Bills. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And he misses the extra point. It's no good. That is his 2nd miss of the year. And the score stays right where it is. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
He'll find his running back, Cook. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. Here's Allen. This is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Taylor Rapp. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This from 30 yards out. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills get 3 here late in the 1st half to take the lead. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Allen gonna keep it on the zone read. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Allen on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Coleman. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Play action. It's Allen. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
On 2nd down, here is Allen. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. You could see the body language of the kicker, Mike. Once it left his foot, he was kind of leaning. He was trying to bring that one back towards the middle, but that's the sound you dread as a kicker. It reverberates around the stadium, off the upright, no good.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in faith.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's Cook. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now here's 2nd and goal.
56, 56.
A design run here for Allen. And he will do it himself. He's in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. In this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in for himself.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Williams in motion. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And some good running there. That's a 1st down up to the 43. Once again, it's Gibbs. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting...
And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
At the 22-yard line.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And a good run there on second down. A pickup 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. Now Allen. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Five yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll plunge forward to the 2. Setting up 2nd and goal. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll keep this himself. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he'll get this inside the 5, but no further. Great job by the defense. It sets up 4th down. And that one doinks off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Bills will extend their lead. So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by Gibbs. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Here's 2nd and 6. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll look to throw. Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, Mike, this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And think it's a big part of the reason they can find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. Truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Here's a handoff to Cook. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Allen going to make the read and hold on here. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. The Bills bringing on their punting unit as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Inside the 10. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 80 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The extra point is good. And the Lions have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down. A run up the middle with Cook. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back back on EA Sports after this. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, they go with Cook. 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way home. James Cook, touchdown Bills.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. To the right side, that's St. Brown. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down. He'll look to throw. And more of the same. Another interception. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bills tack on one more to their lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Back to throw. He'll go right back to Laporta. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into...
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Here's a 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. That is hauled in at the 5. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown. I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That's the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.